What's up, True Blues? Welcome back to CFCentral and welcome to another tactical approach video. This time from the upcoming match West Ham against Chelsea on Friday evening. I'm really excited for this upcoming match because I really think we are gonna see something different from the opposition this year. And that means flooding the middle of the park, making it difficult for us to progress. So I'm really excited to see Enzo Maresca do something different, do something really new that can surprise defenses and that can get us through the other half and help us progress through the game. Because, as I said on my last video, by the way, if you haven't checked them out, please go and give them some review because I'm sure you're gonna like it. Um, that's why I felt Crystal Palace game felt a little slow and sluggish, because we were not able to find any sort of space or gap in the middle, which we are probably used to, and that's probably the main reason why we couldn't progress. So, well, taking into consideration the last lineups that we have seen from West Ham in preseason and on their tough loss against Sunderland, which they lost 3-0. Here on the screen, you can see my prediction for the lineup that we might see on East London, with Hermansen on goal, Jean-Claire Todibo, Aguirre, and Max Kilman forming this back three. Aaron Wan-Bissaka on the right wing, and Diouf on the left hand side. I don't think Edson Alvarez is going ever to play against for West Ham because Graham Potter has said that he's probably not in contention. He's not into consideration for the lineup, and he might be sold. So I think we're gonna see Souček, Guido Rodriguez, and Jamie Ward-Prowse forming this thick midfield, which hopefully allows us to progress, because I think Ward-Prowse is more of an attacking midfielder than a defensive one, and Jared Bowen with Niklas Fulkrug up front. This is one variation because I do also have another variation of the similar lineup that we might see. This is a 5-3-2, but I think we might also see a 5-4-1. Probably seeing Jaron Bowen drop in a little bit in the middle off the ball, and whenever West Ham gets the ball, then Jaron Bowen could also function as an attacking, as a forward. But, well, the main point for West Ham on this game, as they clearly saw on our game against Crystal Palace, is to pack the middle of the field, making it really difficult for us to progress through the middle and forcing us go wide. Because if they force us to go wide, then I think we're gonna see a slow game, which is what West Ham would want. And in this video, I'm gonna explain you what my solution would be in order to combat those thick parts of the middle that we might see occupied by West Ham midfield and defense. So, well, this is the first animation. The first animation is for you to see and to show you what we normally do, which is by this time obvious. We see Marco Cucurella inverting and forming that box between Cucurella, Caicedo, Enzo Fernandez, and Cole Palmer. And whenever we have the ball with Josh Ashenpond, or whenever Caicedo gets the ball, we also see Cucurella, Palmer, and Fernandez forming a line in the midfield. So that's great. At least that's what worked last season. However, this season we are seeing the teams forming their own box and making really difficult situations for us to progress through the middle. So we always have to go back, and then when we go back to Chalobah and Rhys James, we always go wide with Jamie Bino Gittens last game and Pedro Neto receiving. But in those 1v1 situations, we were not able to really take advantage of it. And yeah, the middle of the park is just very difficult to progress. So yeah, the thing right now with this Chelsea team is that we always see the same stuff, and we are not really surprising the opposition anymore. So I think that's the main reason why we are not probably able to change the rhythm of the game, surprising our opposition. And well, my solution to this game, as we are seeing more opponents to pack the middle of the field, making us um, really difficult to progress through the middle, marking Cole Palmer 2v1s. Enzo Fernandez is not finding the space. Cucurella is not really natural in that position, even though he has done a great work in the past. He's not able anymore to find those tight spaces because Levi Cobble and Tosin are not there. So we are not finding any through balls through the middle because they were really good at it. And now with Chalaba and Nachaman, we're not seeing that the penetration that we would like. I think until we have Levi or Tosin or probably another option coming on from the market, I think the main solution right here is to go wide and go long. What I mean by that is we need to see Marco Curella and Rich James tuck it really hugging the lines to try to make Chelsea as wide as possible. And I said that already in my last video against Crystal Palace. We did not see it, and that's why we only had one shot on target in the 90 minutes. We have three in total, but the other two were after the 90th minute. So that's worrying. We only had, yes, we had 72% of the match possession of the ball possession. However, the entirety of the match, we only saw one shot on target, which is not good. That's why I keep saying the same thing. We have to go wide with Rhys James and Cucurella hugging the line, Pedro Neto on the left, Estevao on the right, just hugging the line, making West Ham stretch. And as we stretch their team, we're going to force them to make some decisions. Juan Bissaka has to go out to Mark Cucurella. Diouf has to go out to mark Rhys James or Ward-Prowse, and that leaves a huge gap in the middle, which we could use Enzo Fernandez or Cole Palmer to then offload to Esteban and Pedro Neto, and finally free up some space to Joao Pedro, because Joao Pedro, I think he's going to start. But yeah, this is what we need to see on Friday. We have to stretch West Ham as much as possible. We have to go wide. We have to go long. By going long, I don't always mean to play the long ball to Joao Pedro. By long, I mean length. We have to stretch on the length of the pitch and on the width of the pitch. We have to make the most out of it so we can find those tiny spaces through the middle and in those half spaces, which, Thomas Tuchel and Pep Guardiola are really fan of them, and we have not seen really to Enzo Maresca to use these half spaces. So I think as we stretch the game and as we stretch our position, we could probably see more half spaces being occupied from Chelsea players, which I think that would be great, because I do think we also have the right quality and the right profile of players to occupy those tight spaces. And once we occupy those tight spaces, I think our main solution would be to shoot. Listen, one shot on target, yes. I mean, it's not that important for me to get every single shot on target. We could probably see a deflection converts into goal. The important thing for us is to shoot, to try. And we know we're not going to get any good crosses to the box, because if Neto goes out wide, if Esteban goes out wide on the right side, then we might see Esteban cutting in and shooting. Neto, same. And as we stretch our position, I think it's also gonna be more difficult for us to occupy the opposition area, the opposition box. However, with more space, we could see a similar result to what we saw last year at West Ham, 3-0. Jackson, Palmer, just with lots of spaces behind the defensive line, and that's why I think we need to stretch the opposition. So yeah, this is the match preview, the tactical approach of what I would like Chelsea to do in order to beat West Ham on Friday. But well, you never know. This is my opinion. I fully trust Enzo Maresca, but I do also think that opposition is going to read us this season better than last season because, first of all, this is not the first Enzo Maresca's season with Chelsea, so they have a lot of material to see, to watch, to review, and analyze Chelsea better. So that's why I think probably we have to start playing a little bit different. It doesn't mean that we have to change completely the way and the shape that we acquired during games. But I do also think that Chelsea might need to have a little bit of surprise in their game. So yes, guys, this was the match preview, the tactical approach. If I said it before the match, it counts double, right? So let me know in the comments what you think, what you expect from this match, because I think it's gonna be a tough match. But as I said on my last videos, we need to start winning. We need to start gathering points because otherwise, it's gonna impact the momentum and the aura, the of the team. The energy of the team is also depend on the results. So I think we are able to get the 3 points out of East London. Let me know what you think. Like and subscribe if you like what you see, and keep supporting Chelsea, the best club in the world. Come on, you Blues!